So many people have been asking for it, and I thought, okay, what the hell? Let's do it. Let's do a 2024 Shiba Inu price prediction video. How high is Shib going to reach this year? Now, I will say this, Shib is actually very, very difficult to gauge in terms of price performance this year, and there's a big reason why. Shiba Inu has not been around for a full market cycle. It has not been around for 4 years, so we don't have necessarily all the data to make an accurate guess. Now, what also impacts Shib price here is that Shib is very, very different from a lot of coins. Okay. Shib right now it's a blue chip coin. It's finally entered the top 10. Rah, rah, exciting. But Shib still has a very low amount of holders to some of its competitors, which really opens up some of the upside for Shib. It hasn't had quite that big adoption that even something like Doge, for example, has had. Shiba Inu, 1.3 million holders, Doge, 4 million holders. All right. It's got some ground to make up, but that's where things get kind of interesting. As you make up that ground in terms of adoption, price tends to move. So right now, I will say this, there's not really a good gauge for Shib price, but most altcoins, most of them do not go on to set a new all-time high until the year following the halving. Okay. The year of alt season. That would be what 2021 was. That would be what 2025 should be. Okay. As always, this is not financial advice, but when we look at something like ADA, for example, ADA didn't hit its prior all-time high until January of 2021. And when we look at Shib, obviously back in, start of November, late October is when Shiba Inu hit its all-time high of 4088. Now I will say this, Shib is different because Shib has very high interest from retail. FOMO sets in a lot easier. There's very thin liquidity up in these levels. A move for Shiba Inu from basically the current level that it's at to the all-time high is something that can happen in days. You don't typically see that with a lot of other large altcoins, which is where things get kind of interesting with Shib. Normally my projection for Shiba Inu would be 4088. All right. That'd be a nice safe guess by either late this year or early 2025. That's where Shib price could be. Now, the interesting thing is that I think Shib could end up somewhere double that. Now, why I say that is, again, when FOMO kicks in, it's a hell of a drug, okay? Prices start moving quickly. Retail tends to pile on top, all right? Already Shib has major optics outside the space. It's heavily adoptable. We know that it's one of the quote-unquote cheapest coins in the top 10. It's got the lowest price, so naturally, that's where people flock to. We know about the high volume. We know about high adoption. Those things are all great for Shiba Inu. So what that means is as we approach this prior all-time high, Shib has a real opportunity to smash through it. Now, what that means also is that it may mess up my projections for late 2025, which I've done in some other videos. I'll probably do one again because there are, again, a lot of people getting into Shiba Inu for the first time. But know that on these ways up, there will be slow periods of consolidation. All right. Even look at late 2021. This is the height of the bull market cycle. This is October. Okay. And you can see at that time, that's when most coins were extending and crushing highs. And we saw just mass FOMO in the space, people piling on top. But even Shib, with its explosive move that we saw all the way from down here at 506, okay, all the way up to that level, 300% move, it still went sideways for about 2.5 weeks. Okay. That's what I want people to remember. Don't be surprised if we have periods of sideways action. Don't be surprised if you have, corrections. Even that time we saw a correction of 41% on that move. Okay. Those times will happen along the way. Crypto is very volatile, guys. All right. The price that you pay for extreme gains is massive volatility, massive retracements. But the thing is over time, as you get used to it, those drops really aren't that big of a deal because you know that sometimes those drops fuel much, much larger runs. So if I had to say anything, my guess would be 4302. Okay. And as always, this is not financial advice. That's where I expect to be by late 2025. This market cycle is different. We have institutional money flowing in, retail's getting in earlier, and the mass amounts of retail aren't even here yet. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Love to hear what you think, but let me know your thoughts below. Have a great day. Show your love. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.